let's get back to Hadrian and tell his story as much as I can. I mean, a piece of it, a few years when we were being friends, if that. I mean, I'm not sure. Some of this has been mentioned in other series, but it doesn't matter. Prequel, sequel, nobody cares. Who cares? Who gives a damn? That was one of them. We had quite a few, not inside jokes because, maybe we did have a few we made, or especially he did because he was very funny. He had a wonderful sense of humor. Told story well. Talented fellow. PT, we don't see him anymore. Or who knows how he evolved. If he progressed or the other way around. I have a feeling that I didn't improve much in many ways, but on the contrary, the funny side, enthusiastic mannerism, I'm not here. So we did many crazy things. A good number of them on the Black Sea coast. I mentioned the Constantinople hangout, a place, a resort for the young, supposedly in the commie days. And we went to on the beach to the nude section where people were laying in the sun naked, and that was also a good place to talk with others and then go to bed with them because they were free spirits, they were open, they were rebellious in that, choosing that side of the beach, and it worked quite a few times. Really, not when I went with Sherika. I had a few episodes for her, and I mentioned the fact that we would go there and with this continuous urge to copulate. I would, as soon as she turned her back, I would immediately try something, even if it was impossible. Really, she would be in the sea, and I would be on the shore and start talking. And she would, or the other way around, I would be in the sea with somebody, with a woman, girl from there, and she would, Rahini? No, I was just trying to get some swimming lessons or something like that. Once, when we were on the coast, somehow I went at the cantina for lunch, and I met somebody, and quickly we arranged something. But Sheikh learned about it and went to the woman who was sitting on a bench somewhere waiting the spot we arranged. You're waiting for Rahini? Yes, he's not coming. And my Vino Joy, she had this comeback on Thursday. She had this funny way of dismissing somebody or something. But this is not about Sheikh, although they go in parallel. Some of this is a rerun of old hits, not hits really, not a huge audience, but anyway, we'll press ahead. So we've been through difficult situations together. Also, I mentioned Hadrian, the days when the miners came in. I had a car, a Dacia car, as a guarantee from Stefan, the fellow who had my money, alone. We came back with a car which was wrecked, probably put it in a mechanic shop, wouldn't give the money back, wouldn't say anything about the car. I mentioned. But while this Stefan was doing things in Switzerland, things were happening here between the June 13th and 15th. The miners sacked parts of the city, clubbed people. Some of them, some people died during this mineriade, this attacks by the miners. I mean, really the Dark Ages, Stone Age, not the Middle Age of Inquisition. I mean, primitive and monsters. It was such a... And I was driving, didn't have a license then, Hadrian. I was driving this Dacia car through the center of the city. We got stopped by patrols of miners and from a KGB. And I also mentioned this in the morning. We found a bullet in the engine of the car, which, looking at it, if it had not been stopped, it would have hit Hadrian. But then I thought, with the car, who knows? If it didn't stop, and with a fraction of a second, it could have. It's several of them were safe and sound. No, sound. Not of mine, maybe. So there was that. I also did say in the MUXA, that's the girls' dormitory, for the economics and the arts faculties somehow, they wanted to use a hot iron on my face because they thought I'm a KGB agent or something, asking questions. The questions were meant to bring me closer to eventually find something like romance, if not some coitus. Instead, it was about to get me burned. Bring the hot iron and say, confess that you're asking these continuous questions because you're an agent. So there was that. Hadrian found a girl at that time who was a student in the arts, studying the arts, and we went with her to what else? Kostineshti, Mexico, and we had a good time together. They were for that time, for a while, as a couple, if you will, partners. I had a chance to do what I've done most of the time between the age of 20 and, I don't know, 33 or 58. So she could drink. Let's go from the painter would be painted. Like a few people I've seen. I mean, she would passed out and she kept drinking. And they would tell me that. They helped me get home, or something. I couldn't. It was a blank space. And she also tempted us. I don't think we did much, if anything, a few minutes, with spiritism. She had this penchant a little with calling the spirits. But something else happened when we went to another girls' dormitory, this time near the opera house. This time with students in languages, foreign languages, Romanian literature, humanistic studies. There was one who could look at cards and tell things. And I remember we were shocked because she said something about Hadrian. I forgot what, but something about a girlfriend who had a twin or something, which nobody knew. Okay, I mean, clearly don't believe in spirits, ghosts, and the like, vampires, werewolves, you name it. I just reject very heavy. And so the explanation could be that somehow there's a reasonable rationale. At one point it happened that she met this woman and she remembered. But still, it was a strange thing, a strange coincidence, if you will. And it looked very, very bizarre at the time.